Greetings, my dear viewer. You're on the channel The Price of Cheating. The channel is for those who appreciate traditional family values and condemn adultery. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. Let's get started. Vanessa, hi. It's me, your husband Oscar. You're surprised to hear from me after 2 long years, aren't you? I can imagine what a whirlwind of thoughts is going through your head right now. I know that you probably have countless questions, and I'm here to answer everything I can. But to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if my words arouse even more curiosity, and that's fine with me. In fact, the more unanswered questions there are, the more it amuses me. It's a strange happiness that I find in your uncertainty. So why am I giving you a helping hand after all this time? The answer is simple and at the same time profound. I want you to know that I'm alive and, believe it or not, I'm doing well. I've been following your journey too. I couldn't help but notice the disappointment you faced with the last private investigator you hired. I thought it might discourage you from looking for me. But I must say, it's funny to watch you spend your time and resources on a frenzied goose hunt. Are you looking for me, or are you really attracted to my $50 million? Does it matter anyway? Now let's move on to some of your burning questions. Yes, I made my choice and left. No, I don't regret it. The decision was not hasty. In fact, it took a whole month of careful planning to get everything organized properly. This means that the last month we spent together was nothing more than an elaborate performance. I did this because if I went for a straight divorce, I would have to give up half of everything we built together. With this approach, you will leave with nothing that you don't deserve. After all, why should I financially support a deceptive, unfaithful partner? The crazy thing is that divorce laws in this country seem to be developed by those who take revenge on men. A wife can date half the population, but the husband is still obliged to share his wealth and support her, even if she is with someone else. It's just completely ridiculous. Oh, you caught that little detail, didn't you? Yes, I was well aware of your adventures with 3 of my so-called close friends. Have you ever thought about what kind of misfortunes happen to them? It's amazing what small amounts of money like $30,000 can achieve when they fall into the right hands. I heard that these 3 faced serious consequences during their divorces. This is ironic, considering that they can no longer cheat on their wives. But who knows? Maybe their exes have desires too. I can only imagine how Bruno, Oscar, and Cheriton are coping without their precious manhood. Rumor has it that Cheriton's once mighty 10-inch pride has significantly diminished. I heard that a lawsuit is being prepared against me, but here's the rub. They can't find me in any way to hand over the papers. If they find me, just tell them that I have a solid alibi. Good luck finding evidence linking me to this case. Ouch! Did I let it slip? As for their desire to raise funds against me, they should change their mind. Speaking of my so-called buddies, they don't seem to be able to keep up with their bills. Being fired without a letter of recommendation must be unpleasant, especially after their employers came across some rather dubious videos of them having fun. Imagine their shock when they found banned videos on their work computers. To be honest, I can't blame them for fighting against these accusations. I can't blame them for resisting these accusations. The idea of being labeled as bad people and spending time in prison is a nightmare that no one wants to face. Who knows? Maybe they'll find a way to win and get out. And to make them feel better, I have allocated funds to ensure their survival in prison. But don't confuse this with security. I have allocated only the most necessary things so that they can survive. And as for the rest of the time spent behind bars, let's just say they probably won't thank me for my generosity for a long time. Perhaps they will be pleased with the idea of a group shower. I am a master at sending links to a website where I showed videos of you sleeping with my friends to everyone in my life. Friends, family, colleagues, and even your boss. Judging by the rapid growth in the number of views, everyone liked the video where you are with them. I have a thought. Why not take advantage of this and start your career as an adult film star? After all, everyone already knows about your reputation. A scandal can be turned into earnings, especially since money is very useful to you now. A little side job won't hurt anyone, right? And if you're looking for me, here's a little breadcrumb for you. Check the postmark on the envelope. But don't waste time looking for me. It's not that easy to find me. My friend had a business trip to this city, and I asked him to send a letter from there. There's no need to involve anyone we both know. And just so you know, he's a man you've never met. Here's a little advice for you. Maybe you should expand the search radius. Not that I would advise you to do this, but there are many wonderful places to live outside the good old USA. I've heard that Greece is fantastic, and Germany or Ireland can be no less charming. Who knows? Maybe I'll go to one of these places myself. But on the other hand, I could write you a line about these stamps. And the last thing, I cleaned out all the accounts, emptied the safe, and took everything from the house. Yes, all those jewelries that I've given you over the years, and a few more treasures that you probably know about. I sold it all for a mere penny. So what awaits you next? The world is waiting. However, that's not all yet. But soon I'll let you in on the juicy details. Unfortunately, I had to leave you with your wedding set. I couldn't think of a clever way to remove the rings from your fingers without warning you about it. And, as you probably already guessed, I refinanced the house and took all the capital. To be honest, I've never liked this place. They say that a few months after my departure, he was reprimanded. Luckily for you, your sister let you spend the night with her while she was on a business trip. Oh, and I sold my business too. I made sure that this transaction was conducted through international banks so that not a single cent came under the close attention of the American authorities. I still laugh when I remember the look on your face when you stormed into the office demanding to see me. The expression on your face when you found out that I had sold the business and I was no longer there was absolutely priceless. Yes, I wrote it down and sent it to you. You're welcome. Speaking of your sister, have you heard anything about her lately? No? It's a little weird. Do you remember how she was in love with me at the time? It turns out she never got over it. She asked me to tell you that she's fine. By the way, she contacted the realtor last week, and you have until the end of the month to vacate the apartment. She feels awkward, but it just doesn't make sense for her to keep a house that she won't live in anymore. And you know what? She's quite happy here with me. Oh, and she didn't mention that she quit her job last week, did she? With my $50 million and her $3 million, we will live like royalty, never working again. What are $2 million, you ask? She managed to sell her business, and now her spirit shines brighter than ever. Maybe one of your old friends will take you in until the trial, but let's get back to the decorations, okay? As I mentioned, I sold most of them. Your sister Annabelle, who now prefers to be called Anna because she has irrepressible energy, just fell in love with a diamond tennis bracelet, necklace, and earrings, so I decided to give them to her. But the brooch with an emerald, a sapphire ring, ruby earrings, and an elegant set of pearls that you inherited from your grandmother, they will remain in the family. Annabelle was immensely grateful when I handed them over. It always annoyed her that you took them away before she had time to enjoy them. On the other hand, at least now she can show them off. We dined in extravagant restaurants, attended chic clubs, and glamorous events. To be honest, I doubt that you will find yourself in a place where you can put on these jewels again. Most likely they will just be pawned if you still have them. Oh, by the way, she asked me to say hi to you and thank you for being such a sweet fool. And now back to Anna. As her only living relative, she made it clear that she had no intention of returning. She's furious with you for what you did to me, but despite her anger, she wants me to tell you how grateful she is for the opportunity to fly in and get me out of my depression. What else can I share? How did I know about your infidelity? In truth, does it really matter? I've already come to terms with it. I know it wasn't some dark scenario of attack or blackmail. There was no pressure. You decided to dive into it voluntarily, without hesitation. And no, I'm not interested in listening to your excuses. You don't have a decent excuse up your sleeve. Forgiveness? Will not be. Another chance? Absolutely not. My advice? File for divorce on the grounds that you were abandoned. Of course, you will be left with nothing, but at least it will clear the way for you to find the next victim. I heard that Bruno, Oscar, and Cheriton are single now. Since they don't seem to be coping, maybe one of them will take you in and let you sleep next to him. But to be honest, it doesn't matter to us at all. We are happy the way we are. And you know what? I am pleased to announce that Annabelle is 5 months pregnant with our first child. This is the girl you've always dreamed of. Anyway, it's time for me to wrap up. Annabelle's old college friend is coming. Did you know that your sister is bisexual? Obviously, her friend did too. Anna just handed me a handful of vitamins and warned me that I would need them. She said something about the long week ahead and that I wouldn't get enough sleep. Thank God I'm retired. That's all for today. I'll try to write from time to time so that you don't think I've disappeared. This is not your loyal correspondent, Oscar. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm very happy that you ruined our 27-year marriage. You never wanted children, and your sister is happy to give me a lot of children. Goodbye. This concludes the story. If you like it, then put your powerful like and subscribe to the channel.